Hey everybody, today is a very blessed day for the Islamic religion and for Muslims around the world. I'm not going to get a lot into that, but if you know, you know, then may all your du'as be accepted. But since it's a very blessed day, I wanted to get on here and I wanted to tell the story of why I reverted. Now, I know a lot of people probably think it's for a man, and it's not, even though I did get married so soon into me reverting. It wasn't for him, and it was purely for myself and because I truly wanted to. Now, to get into the reason of why I reverted, I kind of gotta tell you, like, my whole life story, and I'll make it short, I'll make it sweet. But essentially, I was born to two parents who believed in God, but they did not have a religion, and they didn't really actively practice their religion. And so they quickly got divorced. It was not a very loving marriage, but it was short and it was sweet. And I love both my parents. They did a great job raising me. Then my mom got remarried to my stepdad, and I love my stepdad just like he's my own dad. And she got remarried to him when I was 2. Now, he came from the LDS church. He was a Mormon. And so my mom decided that she was going to raise her children like that. And yeah, so I eventually was raised Mormon. I got baptized at the age of 10 and spent most of my life going to the Mormon church, having the missionaries come over, living that life up until the age of about 14. I shortly realized that, that religion wasn't the religion for me. It wasn't what I believed in, but a lot of my morals and a lot of my values and a lot of the things I believed in stemmed from the LDS church. My grandparents were LDS, they were polygamists. A lot of the friends I had growing up were LDS, and so I was surrounded by it my entire life. When I was 14, though, I started making some bad decisions. And I'm not going to go into all of, the sins that I committed, but I was in a really dark place. I was using substances to cope, and at the age of, I think I was 15 or 16, it was around the time COVID happened. It was 5 years ago. I would have been 16. I attempted suicide. Little did I know I had a mental health disorder that I would later on get diagnosed with, and that was the primary reason for me feeling so depressed and for me not wanting to live anymore. And it was also probably the substances I was using. But I got sent to a short-term mental hospital. I was there for 5 days, I think, and I got out. And I convinced everyone that I was better, but I was not better. Substance use continued for a couple more years, and it got really out of hand. I got legally in trouble and had to do stuff there. And I dug myself a huge hole that I couldn't get out of. Now, despite all of this, I never quit believing in God. I did quit believing in my religion, but I knew there was a God. I was just mad at him at the time. I hated him, so to speak. He took a lot of family from me during this period of time. When I was 14, I lost, when I was 9, actually, I lost like 4 really important grandparents. I had a lot of grandparents. But then, when I was 14, I lost another grandparent. I lost my niece. Then when I was 15, I lost 2 more grandparents. And so that was just really, really hard on me. And so I started to hate God. But then I would go to college. And when I went to college, I started my spiritual journey. I started believing, okay, maybe there isn't this higher creator, this higher power, but maybe there is still a God, just not in the way that I, believed that there was a God. Maybe God is like good energy. And I went down that whole route, and through this whole entire time, I never quit believing in God. I just didn't know how he played a purpose in my life. And so I finally got a boyfriend. Okay, not finally got a boyfriend, but I finally got a boyfriend that was Muslim. And looking back at it now, that's haram. Like, that's, we don't do that, but I didn't know. I had never been introduced to this religion before. The only thing I knew about this religion was that they were terrorists. That's what I was taught by my parents growing up, is that, these people are terrorists, they're bad people because of 9/11, because of everything that was happening, with Hamas and in Israel. That was going on back then. It's still going on now. And so just, I thought they were inherently bad people until I met this man and I decided to dive deep into the religion. Fortunately, me and him didn't end up working out. But I still kind of was looking into religion, and I was like, I really like this. What I really liked about this religion is that they believe in God and they believe in prophets. They don't believe in Jesus Christ as a savior. They believe he is a prophet. And the more I searched into it, the more I really was like, this is actually like truly what I believe in, because there are so many coincidences in the Quran. There are so many things that I just can't even describe. But it's like, my first time going to the masjid, I stepped in there and I just felt so at peace, and I was like, this is it. Like, this is what I truly believe in. This is what aligns with me. And so I spent a couple months learning, and then I had a brother at the masjid, and he was like, have you taken your Shahada yet? And that's kind of like what we do to accept the religion. I was like, no, I haven't taken it yet. Like, inshallah, I'll take it soon. And he was like, you could die tomorrow. Like, inshallah, that doesn't happen, but you need to take your Shahada. And so I went and I took it that night. And then I've been a practicing Muslim ever since. And then I got married. And now I'm just sitting here reflecting on how different my life is from last year and how grateful I am for it.